Hi everybody, it's Olive. So today we're gonna do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram and on YouTube. What do you guys wanna know? Give me some questions. So today I'm gonna answer a few of them. Thank you if you submitted a question, and I'm sorry if I don't get to yours, but these are the ones that caught my eye. These are the ones I feel like answering. How do you guys feel about this hair? It was a pretty penny. It's human hair. It's one of my only human hair wigs. The wig I wore in my last video was human hair as well. Do they source the human hair ethically? Do they get it from ethical sources, or is it like exploitation? Please let me know. I would love to know. Okay, let's get into these questions. Okay, so the first question is, what does your ideal career look like? This is a great question because I think about it a lot. My ideal career would be, I want to be a comedian. I want to have a show on a streaming service like Z-Way. I want to have like a sketch comedy show where I have guests and we do all kinds of stuff, and it's very fun and like lots of characters. Like I want to bring my characters into like a variety show format with like a cast of people like doing other characters with me and like a writing team. I would love to have that. I would love to do stand-up. I'm working on a stand-up routine, so I would love to have that. I also just started DJing. I DJ'd Subculture on the 19th, July 19th, and it was so awesome. And I have an exciting DJ adventure coming up, so DJing is really fun. I'm really passionate about that. So I'd also love to DJ. I want to make music. So I want to be a drag, like a comedian and a musician and a DJ. And I'd also love to be a male model, like working as a male model, because like I'm pretty attractive. So I would love to capitalize on my attractiveness and be a drag queen and a male model. There's no drag queens right now who are a successful drag queen doing drag and doing whatever they do in drag, and also like a working male model, like a real model, like doing print and runway. So I feel like that's my path. I feel like I'm the one to do that. Next question is, how did you develop your fashion style? Also, I love you so much. Thank you. I developed my fashion style just through being obsessed with things. I just get so obsessed with stuff, and I cover my walls in the stuff I'm obsessed with. I just get obsessed with things. And I think personal style is so much more than the aesthetic. It's about, you know, your outlook on life. That's what style is. Style is your approach to life and the way that you live your life. Style is your attitude and your perspective. The way that you dress and the way that you carry yourself and the way you present yourself is your message to the world about who you are and what you think and how you feel. When you wear an outfit and you think, this is totally my style, this is exactly my style, that's because you are successfully conveying to the world the way that you feel and what you think about the world and who you are in the world. So I think that I developed my personal style by like really tapping into myself and what I feel and what I think, but I achieved that through like looking at other stuff and being obsessed with other stuff. A huge part of me developing my personal style was Sex and the City. I love Sex and the City and Carrie Bradshaw. I just love her character and her attitude and her approach to life. I just love the way that she doesn't take life too seriously. She has fun. She plays around. She makes mistakes, and that's reflected in her fashion. You know, a lot of people are like, Sex and the City had some questionable fashion moments. Well, Carrie Bradshaw was a questionable person. You know what I mean? That's reflective of her character, that she made mistakes, huge mistakes, like certain outfits and like cheating on her boyfriends and stuff. Sorry, spoiler alert. You could have guessed that would happen in the show, but honestly, if you haven't seen Sex and the City, like, you are asking for the spoilers at this point. Getting into Harajuku fashion, Japanese fashion, gyaru. That's not from Harajuku, that's from Shibuya, but I loved Fruits magazine growing up. I really liked it. We had like a Fruits magazine book in my house. I have it still. When I was a kid. It's like one of my first memories was looking through this Fruits magazine book. I was really obsessed with like goth, like the goth subculture for a while, and goth music. That really helped me like tap into my personal style, because what I liked about goth wasn't that, I feel like goth is like, gets like a bad rap, is like this like dark, like intense, like heavy thing, but goth is really more about, it's very romantic and it's very sweet and it's very beautiful and very poetic. And so I loved that about goth. Music helped me develop my personal style, like Ayesha erotica, getting into Ayesha erotica. If you cannot tell, I like Ayesha erotica. Watching the show Nana, and like learning about Vivienne Westwood. My experience with gender, growing up outside of femininity, growing up as a boy, and not really being able to participate in femininity in like a real, true, meaningful way. Like I couldn't do like the girl club. I had to like go to the boy club if I wanted to. You know what I mean? There was like this, like, I don't know, there was some sort of like princess club that I couldn't go to when I was a kid. So I feel like sitting outside of femininity and observing femininity helped me tap into my personal style because I took what I liked about it and applied it to myself later when I had the resources to do that. Also, Pinterest and Tumblr are huge resources for developing your personal style. This goes along with the last question. Somebody said, how to always build hot outfits without buying too much clothes. You gotta tap into the philosophy behind styles that you like, because there is not a single style, there's not a single subculture that is only aesthetic. That's only about the way that it looks. Every single style, every single subculture, every single vibe when it comes to dressing, there is a message behind it and there is an attitude and a philosophy behind it. Let's take Gyaru. Gyaru is a great example. Gyaru was born in the neighborhood of Shibuya in Japan through young girls wanting to break out of these restrictive molds that are so prevalent in Japanese culture. You know, there's a Japanese motto that's like, it's something along the lines of the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. If you stand out in Japanese culture, you're put right back in your place. So this group of young girls, young high school girls, they said, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna express myself. I'm gonna tan my skin because it's very like, be as pale as you can there. I'm gonna aggressively tan my skin. I'm gonna wear colors. I'm gonna dye my hair. I'm gonna say to all the people who want me to fit into this rigid norm, fuck you, I'm gonna have fun. I'm not gonna let you not let me have fun. And I'm gonna dress how I want, and I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna dance, and I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna listen to music, I'm gonna put little stuffed animals on my clothes. That's the attitude of Gyaru. So whatever outfits you like, you know, what is the style behind that? Let's take another style, like the, like Bimbo 2000s, like mcbling thing. That is, you know, post 9/11, excessive, gaudy, tacky style because everybody was so traumatized by 9/11 in America and in the West that people wanted to have fun, people wanted to forget, people wanted to go to the club and dance, and that's the clothes you wear when you go to the club and dance, you know what I mean? So, okay, the not spending money part, you wanna really study fashion that you like. If there's certain things you like, you wanna really study them and really get into them and really figure out what it is about them that you like, and you wanna take your time. There's no rush, because if you really like it, you're gonna like it later after you've thought about it a lot. Do not spend so much money. If you decide, I really want to be visual K, I want to dress VK, I want to dress like Monasama, the worst thing you could possibly do in that moment is take the money you have and build a wardrobe that is only that, because after you've done the act of building the wardrobe and buying all this stuff, you might not like it anymore. If you had just sat there and you had watched some Malice Misery music videos and learned about other visual K bands and made Pinterest boards and stuff, if you had just spent the time doing that, you would have learned what you liked about the style, and then you wouldn't have this negative attachment to it because you spent all this money on it that you didn't need to. So don't spend a bunch of money on stuff until you have really thought about it. Because if you do that, you're gonna develop this negative bond with it that it's gonna represent spending money you don't need to spend. I don't think there's anything wrong with spending money. I believe if you want to make money, you have to have money flow through you effortlessly. You can't put all this weight on money if you want money to come to you. Money is energy. So you need to be kind of like in this energetic kind of flow state with it for it to come to you. You kind of have to like spend it and you get it, and you spend it and you get it, and then you spend it and you get it, and then before you know it, you're spending and getting on a huge level, you know what I mean? So definitely spend the money you want to spend. If there's an item you really like, you know, buy it. Go to thrift stores, look on Depop, go to thrift stores and just look at the clothes. Just go to thrift stores often. Go to thrift stores as often as you can. If you live near a thrift store, go there like as often as you can and buy like 1 or 2 things each time you go. Slowly build your collections and also repurpose stuff. Like for example, this tube top, this is from a Leg Avenue set that came with a skirt. And then this is a tank top that I got at the thrift store that was from Zara, and I glued it to it so that it looks like a bra. You know what I mean? Develop a personal connection to your clothes through customizing them and tapping into the philosophy that backs up the styles that you like. What is your take or interpretation on spiritualism or religion? Do you follow anything specific? I think religion can be like a really powerful thing for a person individually. If you donate to charities because your religion tells you to, and if you're nice to people because your religion tells you to, that's fabulous and wonderful. And it doesn't matter the reason you help people if you're helping people, you know what I mean? I think organized religion is not great because any organized religion puts a lot of emphasis on shame and shaming people for the way that they naturally are and trying to fit them in a box and saying, if you don't deny who you are, if you're gay, if you're horny, if you're, you know, you want to smoke weed, if you want to go party, if you want to drink coffee, you can't do that or else you're going to go to hell. That's really fucked up and that's really bad, and that's a way to make money. That's a business. That is a business. So I don't fuck with that. I don't like the whole like Islamophobia that is so prevalent in the West, because I do think Islam is very beautiful, even though there's parts of it that I don't agree with, like the not accepting gay people and stuff. But Islam gets this reputation of being like oppressive to women. I don't know about you, but like I went to a couple of Free Palestine protests and all the speakers are women. Islam does put women in positions of power, and it's funny that we think the hijab is oppressive to women when all the hijab does is privatize a woman's sexuality. So it's like, why do we think a woman privatizing her sexuality is disempowering? Her only source of power is her sexuality? That's kind of weird. In terms of what I follow, I am very much about like vibes, and I am spiritual. I do have a spiritual practice. I like meditating, and I believe in manifestation, and I believe in affirmations, and I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe in tarot, I believe in the moon, I believe in astrology. I kind of just live my life by kind of never wanting to hurt anybody, and I think that's the best way to live your life. I think spirituality is wonderful. I love Hinduism. I have a book about Hinduism that I've read a little bit of, that I've been meaning to read more of, and what I love about what I've read in it so far is that Hinduism is not, it's not one strict path. There's like a motto in Hinduism that's like all paths lead to God. And I really love that. Hinduism is, there's another quote in this book that I read. It's called Teachings of the Hindu Mystics. There's a quote in the intro that says something along the lines of, anyone who feels alienated from the Hindu embrace is because of their own perverse choice. So I really love that about Hinduism, that it's all encompassing and it's all welcoming, and it has this kind of perspective of like everything coming together and everything existing all at once. And I really love that about Hinduism. And I think religion is beautiful, and I think that religion is wonderful, and I don't ever want to like disrespect anyone's religion, although I have done that with Christianity because it's so prevalent here in America and is used as a hate weapon here in America, so I have disrespected it, but I don't. My family is Christian, my family from Palestine is Christian, so I don't have anything against any kind of religion, but that's kind of my thoughts. I hope that made sense. I don't even know if it did, girl. All right, I'm editing, and there's a couple questions I forgot to answer that I want to answer, even though I'm not in the look. Whatever, you can deal with it, okay? This question goes with the question I just answered, which is, what do I think happens in the afterlife? I believe that Earth is school for our souls, that we come to Earth to live lives as human beings on Earth, to experience human life and to learn lessons and to break karmic cycles. And then once we've done everything that our souls are supposed to do on Earth, we move on to the next plane of existence. So I don't know what that is, if that's like you become some sort of god, or if you like become like light, or what, I don't even know. The reason I believe that is because I heard that and it feels right. I heard that once, I heard someone say that, and I just thought to myself, oh my god, that sounds like that's what happens. There was no pressure, there was no like, there's no fear involved in that. There's no like, you know, people like with religion are told like, you either go to heaven or hell depending on how you act as a person. And there's so much fear in that, there's so much anxiety, and there's so much pressure and judgment with that. But I heard this theory that Earth is school and we graduate onto a higher plane of existence. And I thought that sounds like that's what happens. So that's what I believe. Some people have near-death experiences where they see nothing but darkness, and some people have near-death experiences where they see their mom, you know what I mean, who died 70 years ago. I really don't know what happens when we die, but if you were to ask me what I think we reincarnate until we've done everything we're supposed to do as a human being and then go on to a higher plane of existence. Somebody else asked, what 5 things would somebody need in a seance if they were summoning me? That's a fabulous question. You would need Frank by Amy Winehouse, a CD, a cup of fresh brewed hot coffee in like a fun mug. Like this is my favorite mug to drink coffee out of right now. It says Hot Mama and has a little kiss print. Inglot gel eyeliner, that's my favorite eyeliner. Something Hello Kitty, so, and pretty much anything. And the 5th thing, I'm thinking of this on the moment right now, what would it be? a Juicy Couture bag. Why did you choose the name Olive Ugly? What was the inspo? Also, my friend sends love to Donna. Donna sends love to you. How are you doing? How's your mother? Are you eating good? Did you have any pasta today? Let me make you some pasta. I get this question all the time. Whenever I tell people my name, they're like, why is it Olive Ugly? You're so beautiful. Okay. Hi. Olive comes from Olive Doyle from the Disney Channel show Ant Farm. That's just where I got the name. I was just thinking, there was a period of my life when I started drag where I would just try on a bunch of drag names. I have had so many drag names. There was just this period of my life when I started drag when I was like 11, 12, where I was just trying on names. I would just hear a name I like and that would just be my drag name, you know what I mean? So I just tried on the name Olive and I was like, Olive, okay, what would go with Olive? What would sound good with Olive? And I remember exactly where I was in my house and I just thought, Olive Ugly. And that was my name. And ever since I picked that name, it stuck. I never changed my name since I picked that name. And I would change my name like every week. And then I just found Olive Ugly. I just thought of that, Olive Ugly. And it just rolls off the tongue. It's so good. It's like so good. It looks so good. It sounds so good. And the ugly, it just sounds good. That's really it. It just sounds good. It just looks good. It just flows good and it's good. But it can also be kind of fun because it's like, I'm so beautiful. My name's ugly. It's like kind of funny. And I also feel like even though I have this kind of like hot style, I have an unconventional way about myself and I have an unconventional approach to life and I do things that most people wouldn't do. So I think that is kind of representative of that. How did you first get into drag? I got into drag because I saw this photo series by, what's the guy's name? I don't remember the guy's name. I'll put it up on the screen. I saw this photo series. I literally looked up gay on the computer while I was staying at my gay uncle's house in Chicago. And this photo series came up. This was the first picture I saw, this one. And I was like, oh my God, it's these photos obviously of a man half in drag, half out of drag. And I was like, this is me. This is my experience. This is my truth. This is what I am. And I showed it to my mom and my mom was like, you need to watch RuPaul's Drag Race because she'd heard of it. And I was so young. I was like 11. Don't fucking come at me with the grooming allegations, you fucking asshole. I was like 11. So I was so young that I thought RuPaul and Frank Marino were like the same person. I watched All Stars 1. That was the first season of Drag Race that I watched, which if you've ever seen that season, that is the worst season to start with. That is the worst season to start with because they like switch up the format in All Stars 1. They like make it, they like do teams and like everybody is like a reoccurring cast member. So you're supposed to like know who they are. And I had no idea what was going on. I did not know what was going on at all. I thought like the old clips from the previous seasons were like from a convention. Like I did not know what was going on. But I kind of love that because it was representative of the way I was just thrown into it and the way I just threw myself into it and just started doing makeup. I started doing makeup with like a face painting kit. I would do like makeup looks with it. And then I got actual makeup from Ulta. At the Ulta at downtown Summerlin in Las Vegas, Nevada. No, I got my first makeup at Target. I got my first makeup at Target and my mom helped me do it. And I got a dress from Target that was like purple. It was like purple. It was like, it had like a bodice that was like purple and like floral, but it was like the kind of floral where it's kind of just like splotches, but it looks like floral. And then it had a quarter length sleeve. It was mesh, black mesh with a purple floral like bodice. And I wore this like pair of heels that my mom had because we were the same shoe size because I was like 11. And I lip synced Jealous of My Boogie. I made her like close her eyes while I did it because I was too embarrassed and I didn't want to go in the living room to do it because my dad was in there and he didn't know I was gay yet. It was a whole thing. I knew I was gay when I was 11 because that was like when, I'm getting into a whole thing. But yeah, that was how I got into drag. And then I started performing at a thing, all ages drag show called Auntie's Treasures, which is in Chicago. This doesn't exist anymore, but it was like an all ages drag show. It would be at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Like it would literally be light outside. We'd be in full drag, me and my girls, and we would lip sync. The first song I lip synced in drag was Breaking My Heart by Lana Del Rey. Completely unknown, unreleased song that nobody knows. But it was cute and I did it in a Dolls Kill dress. And it was a moment. That's how I got into drag. How do you block out stupid people and harassment while being iconic in public? So I dealt with this when I lived in Chicago a bit, when I still lived with my family because we would go to like more like normal places, but I don't deal with this anymore because I live in West Hollywood. It's really about where you are. There's gonna be more harassment and stupid people. If you're in like a more heteronormative area that's like constrictive, you're gonna get more of that than if you're in like a gay place. The way you just block it out is you just say that they don't mean it, they're nothing. They're nothing. They are the mindless NPC humans that don't mean anything. That sounds like bad, because it is, but they think worse things about you. So think that about them, you know what I mean? Fuck them, they don't mean anything. Would you ever go on RuPaul's Drag Race? Love from Germany. Love you too, Germany. Ich liebe Deutschland. I auditioned for Drag Race and I did not get on, and I understand why, because I look like this and I wear jeans. I don't think I would go on Drag Race because I don't think that my type of drag is celebrated there. I think that I am the perfect queen to go home first. I think that if I got on Drag Race, they would humiliate me and send me home first because I'm like young and like hot and stuff. I don't sew, so I would have to learn how to do that if I went on Drag Race. Never say never, but I don't feel like I would fit in. I don't feel like I'd be celebrated there. I feel like I would be humiliated if I went on Drag Race. Favorite character to play? Zwana. Zwana Raiola. Zwana Maria Raiola. My favorite character to play. She reminds me of Carmela Soprano, and these nails are very Carmela Soprano. I love her. You know, I was talking about the style philosophy, like the outlook on styles. The characters all have their own outlook on life. So I really like to play Deborah Tara. How are you doing, hun? You want a piece of cake or pie or something? I love her too because she's just a ball of light. She's just a ball of energy, and she's just so, I love playing all my characters. I like Benny. Hey, how you doing? I play him all the time. Like when I'm just like with my roommate. Yeah, I love playing all my characters. I can't pick a favorite, but I would pick a favorite, and it would be Donna. How did you and Barely Human meet? Me and Barely Human met on TikTok about a year ago, I think, something like that. And it was super cute. He loved my looks, I loved his music, it was a vibe. And then we met in person at the Ayesha Erotica Luke Blowbad show at 1720 in Los Angeles. There's like an outside area, and I just went out there, and he was there, and I was like, oh my god, hey! And he was like, hey! And he was like, oh my god, I love your ASMRs. And I was like, let's make one. So like maybe like a week later, he came over and we made our ASMR video, and we just hit it off from that first ASMR video. We were just like, it was just like such a vibe. Like we just like were playing on each, it was so funny. We were having just so much fun. He went home like at like 4 in the morning. Like we just like stayed talking. It was so fun. And ever since then, we've just like been best friends. Like he's my best friend. Like I'm literally, after I'm done filming this, I'm gonna go to his house. Like, and we're gonna go to a drag show. So it was a really great friendship. And I feel like one of the reasons we get along so well is because we have such a similar experience with like gender and gender presentation and stuff. We just have like grown up. Like there was this moment we were at this Hot Topic event and we had to pee. So we went to the bathroom, and then we walked to the bathroom, and then there was like the men's room and the women's room. And we both were like we didn't know which one to use. And that's a moment I experience all the time, and I've never been with another person who like also experienced that. So I feel like that's one of the reasons that we get along so well, and we like a lot of the same stuff. So that's how we met, and yeah, he's my best friend now. What is something that completely changed your perspective on life? Realizing that everything you do is a habit. You do everything habitually. You think, I need to build habits. You have habits. I have habits. Everyone has habits. Everything you do habitually. That, when I learned that, I was like, whoa. Like, everything is just a habit. Like, everything is just like we are creatures of habit. We're humans, and we are creatures of habit. So when I learned that, I was like, okay, that's crazy. Like, everything I do is actually a habit. If you had to have dinner with a celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be? I'm gonna do a dead and I'm gonna do alive. Dead, I would do Marilyn Monroe. I would love to know what she thinks about life and everything. I would love to have dinner with Marilyn Monroe. Alive? Cher. Whoa, I'm Cher. I would love to have dinner with Cher. Oh my god, I would have so much fun with her. I wouldn't do that in front of her, but I would love to have dinner with Cher. Favorite perfume? Baby by Harajuku Lovers. Oh my god, this is my going out fragrance. This smells like going out. I'm gonna spray some on because I'm going out after this. I got this at Ross or Marshall's, something like that. I love the bottle. I love Gwen Stefani, and I love the Harajuku Lovers, like everything. This smells like baby powder, bubble gum, white lily, and fresh linen. It's a very fresh, girly, fun note, but it has a fun fragrance, I mean, but it has a little bit of a warmth to it. There might be a little bit of white musk in there. It's very nice. I love wearing this to go out. I also really like Matcha Meditation by Replica. This one is really great. Oh, I love this one. I should have sprayed this one on instead. It's okay though. I love this one. This one is really, really great. I love it a lot. Yeah, it smells like matcha. It also smells like a fancy store. Like, it's supposed to smell like, you know, Replica, they always have like a province period. that it's supposed to smell like. And this one is Tokyo 2008, and this is exactly what it would smell like if you walked into one of those like fancy Tokyo boutiques in 2008 with like the really cool like leather and stuff, and like the low-waisted pants, like the chunky shoes, and like all like the colors. That's what this smells like. I also really love warm fragrances. That's like my favorite thing to wear out of drag. It's like a nice warm sexy fragrance. I really like Persian Garden by Kumba Made. My mom used to wear that when I was a baby. And anything warm and sultry with a lot of amber. I have this this sandalwood essential oil that I just use as a perfume, and it smells so sexy and so good. So I like warm fragrances, warm, sexy, sensual, woodsy, musky fragrances out of drag, and in drag, clean, bubbly, girly, cutesy. Hi, how are you? Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, fragrances. That was Shane Dawson. I meant to do Jeffree Star. Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are ya? Now, girl, that's Jeffree Star. Would you ever consider starting a Discord community? I did have a Discord community, and I terminated it because people were like, you're doing this wrong. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I was fucking fed up with you bitches. So I deleted it, but I would do it again if somebody would moderate it for me because I don't know what I'm doing. Fave food, pizza. Pizza, I love pizza. I can't get enough pizza. I often wonder how much pizza I have eaten in my life. I wonder how many, if you were to add up every time I had pizza and you were to put it in like a big pizza, like multiple pizzas, you know what I mean? How many pizzas would I have consumed in my life? I think it's something like 150. I love pizza. I love pizza. What do I want for dinner tonight? Pizza. What did I have for dinner last night? Pizza. I fucking love pizza, okay? Sorry about it. Yeah, I love pizza so much. I also like khao soi. That it's like a Thai dish. It's like coconut curry with like noodles, and you can get it with chicken, you can get it with tofu. I like pad see ew. I love Thai food. I love schnitzel with spetzel. I love kebab plates. Oh my god, a chicken shish kebab plate with the yellow rice, the garlic sauce, baba ganoush, hummus, pita bread. Are you in college or do you plan to go? Hell no. I never went to college. I never wanted to go to college. I had to apply to college, like to graduate high school. They made me apply to a college and I like did it wrong, so I didn't even actually apply. I never wanted to go to college because you go to college to study a career and then enter that career. You go to college, you study a field, you study fashion design, you study, you know, psychology, you study whatever you're gonna study, and then you use the connections from that college to then graduate into a career in that field. What's the field I wanna work in? I wanna work in fabulousness. You don't go to college for that. You do that on yourself. You go on YouTube, you start a channel. You clock in on your phone, you make your TikTok, you get your coin. You know what I mean? I thought to myself when everybody was applying to colleges, I was like, everyone's gonna graduate from college in 2026, because I graduated high school in 2022. Everyone's gonna graduate college in 2026. If I just start my career fresh out of high school, because I know exactly what I want to do, if I just start it now, and I just do my thing now, where am I gonna be in 2026? I'm gonna be leaps and bounds ahead of where I would be if I went and studied something I don't want to do. If I was gonna go to college, I would have gone to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, SAIC. Here's what I would have done if I went to college. I would have done a lot of ketamine, smoked a lot of weed, had a lot of sex, not done a lot of homework, graduated in 2026, if I stayed the whole time and didn't drop out and go work at Wendy's, with nothing. Nothing. No money, no family, 16 in the middle of Miami. Like, literally nothing. Or I could just, like, not go to college and just, like, work. And that's what I did. So I don't plan on going to college. Never say never. One day I might. I kind of want to be a therapist one day, but I have bigger and better dreams of becoming a superstar, so I probably won't do that. Have you lived in a lot of different states because you have a really good handle on different accents and cultures of America? I've only lived in 3 states. I've lived in Illinois, Nevada, and California. So I've never really even been to the South, and I've been to New York once. But I just know how to tap into energy, and I just know how to tap into outlooks of life and philosophies, and that's how I am so good at these aesthetics and, I mean, accents and stuff. My Southern character, the reason I'm so good at that accent, how are you doing, honey, is because I watched this show, Kim of Queens, religiously. I was obsessed with that show when I was like 16, and it's from Georgia. So I just learned their accents because I was watching it all the time, and like, I don't even know how I learned how to do like the New York, New Jersey, like Italian accent. I don't even know how I learned how to do that. But I have not lived, I have never even been to the South. I don't know. I just have like these, I'm just good at impersonations. Like that's one of my gifts, is that I am just good at impersonating people and impersonating things and like tapping into energies and just like embodying stuff. That's just a talent of mine and something I do very well. I'm running a little late, so speed round. I gotta answer the rest of these questions. Will you ever re-upload your British goth ASMR roleplay? Okay, let's get into the tea about this. That was removed for fetish content, which, you know, I can't really disagree with. So it was removed. I did not take it down. People were asking why I took it down. I did not take that video down. It was removed. I don't have it anymore. So if there's a way I could find it and re-upload it, I could do that, or I could just recreate it. Let me know if you guys want to see that video again. If you know that video, you're a real one. You've been here for a minute, because it got taken down right before I blew up. So let me know if you guys want to see that again, because it was actually really cute. What's your current on-repeat song? Taxi by Charlie XCX. Oh my god, so good. Blind date on a Tuesday. Bougie restaurant. Like, so fucking good. I love that song. It sounds a lot like Grimes. Like, it sounds like Archangel's Grimes. Like when she's like, boy, you're in over your head. That's not the melody, but it sounds a lot like Archangel's era Grimes. I really love that song. Thank you guys for watching this Q&A. Sorry the end was rushed, but I gotta get going because the drag show started at 9 and it's 9:30, so I gotta get my ass to Barely Human's house. So thank you guys so much for watching this Q&A video. Thank you for submitting questions. Sorry if I didn't get to yours. I really appreciate you submitting the question anyway, and I really appreciate you guys watching and subscribing and following me on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I really love it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Well, today I posted this video late because it was a hectic week, but I'll see you guys on Monday.